Number 21. A number is 56 less than its square. Find all such numbers. Well, a number, which we're going to call x, always means equal to, 56 less than. Less than indicates subtraction, but subtraction's always backwards. So minus 56. It's square, so x squared minus 56. Anytime we're solving a quadratic, anything with an x squared, we want everything on one side. So I'll subtract x over. X squared minus x minus 56. Now we will factor. I need two numbers that multiply to be 56 that add to be -1. And I get this from 7 and 8, in particular -8 and +7. Setting each one of these equal to 0 gives me that x is equal to 8. And then the other equation gives me that x is equal to -7. So 8 and -7 both work. Number 22. A rectangular garden is 3 times as long as it is wide. If the area of the garden is 1,875 square feet, find the length and the width of the garden. So we have a rectangular garden. We don't know much about its width, but we do know that its length is 3 times its width, 3 times as long as it is wide. So we get our area by multiplying these. The length times the width should be equal to 1875. So 3w squared is equal to 1875. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 3 by dividing both sides by 3. This leaves me with 625. And we can actually do this just by taking the square root of both sides. The square root of w squared is w, and the square root of 625 is 25. Now the length is going to be 3 times 25, which is 75. Number 23. 2 cars leave an intersection. So here's my intersection. And 2 cars are going to leave. One car travels north, and the other east. When the car traveling north has gone 9 miles, the distance between the 2 cars, which is the straight line between them, is 3 miles more than, so plus, the distance traveled by the car heading east. We don't know what that is, so I'll call it x. How far had the eastbound car traveled? So a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. The c is always the one opposite the 90-degree angle. So a is going to be 9 squared, b will be x squared, and c is 3 plus x squared. 9 squared is 81. And when you're squaring a parenthesis, you square the first number, 9. 2 times 3 times x is 6x, and then we square the x squared. Let's subtract x squared from both sides to get them together, and you'll notice that both of them cancel. I'm left with 81 is equal to 9 plus 6x. We can then subtract 9 from both sides, and I have 72 is equal to 6x. Dividing both sides by 6 leaves me that the eastbound car had traveled 12 miles. Number 24. A ladder is resting against a wall. See here I have a ladder against a wall. And we know that the top of the ladder touches the wall at a height of 15 feet. If you want to find the length of the ladder, if the length is 5 feet more than its distance from the wall. So we don't know the distance from the wall, but we do know that the ladder is 5 feet more than that. Once again, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. 15 squared plus x squared is equal to x plus 5 squared. 15 squared is 225 plus x squared is equal to, we square the first, plus 2 times x times 5 is 10x, plus 5 squared is 25. We can subtract x squared from both sides, and once again we see that they cancel. So 225 is equal to 10x plus 25. Subtracting 25 from both sides then gives me that 200 is equal to 10x. Dividing both sides by 10 gives me that x is equal to 20. However, this isn't what we wanted to know. We wanted to find the length of the ladder. And the length of the ladder is x plus 5. So the ladder is going to be 25 feet. 25. A sports league of n teams in which each team plays every other team twice. The total number, big N, of games to be played is given by big N is equal to little n squared minus n. So you want to know what is the total number of games played in a football league having 13 teams. So teams is the little n. And we have our formula. 13 squared minus 13. 13 squared is 169 minus 13, which is 156. So there are 156 games to be played.